What's up, guys? Okay, one more video for tonight. Remember, you can log into the chat. We're at Fatifa Studios, and you can just go click on the live video and join the chat. I'm writing what's up in the chat right now. You can send me video ideas also at LG Shirley, LGSHURLEY on Instagram. And also find me on Twitter at ShirleyLG. That's kind of a play on words, SURELYLG. Send me what you want me to, what you want us to watch, and we'll watch it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Trying to get your boy up to 5,000 subscribers soon, so we can keep the channel going and just start implementing new things. But having a lot of fun, making great content. Like I said, tonight I got the piano out. So in case I want to do a little piano playing, I can. This one is my last video for tonight. I'm going to be covering this video because I told you I was going to keep you up to date on the Iran stuff. This is Trump saying they've got 48 hours to clear the Strait of Hormuz, which is kind of crazy. Anytime anybody makes a deadline, you know, you hope that more bombs and stuff aren't going to be dropped, right? I think this is the time, guys. This is the time nukes are going to start flying, if they do, in the human race's history. So it's a really scary time. I really hope nothing happens, but got to listen to Daddy Trump, I guess. He's gone rogue. So let's hope that nothing crazy happens. Let's see what this video is all about, guys. Let's get into it.
Less than 48 hours. That's how much time President Trump has given Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz before, quote, all hell will rain down on them.
Oh, my God.
The president posted that threat to his Truth Social this morning. Good evening to you, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Madeline Carter. The strait has been closed for about a month, cutting off roughly 20% of the world's oil supply. We've all felt the consequences between higher gas prices and more expensive flight tickets. But as President Trump threatens Iran to get the strait back open, Iran is issuing a threat of its own.
Capture and hand over a pilot or pilots of the enemy alive to the law enforcement and military forces.
Yikes.
You will receive a valuable reward and prize.
Now, you just heard an anchor on Iranian state TV
wow.
offering a reward later revealed to be $60,000 for a missing U.S. pilot alive.
Right.
Iranian forces shot down a U.S.
Right. We still haven't found that other pilot. Remember those two pilots, because in the jet, there's one right behind the other. I think one works the flight controls, the other one does something else, maybe the weapons. And I guess they were only able to find one. They couldn't find the other. How effed up is that? They couldn't find the other. And maybe he was in a vantage point where he could see that person getting picked up. How scary would that have been? But like I said, these people prepare for it. God bless the military. Those people are amazing. I just think it's so effed up that it's just the way society works. We've got politicians sending people to war, young people that still have their full lives ahead of them, that are often going into the military to just try and be productive members of society, trying to find meaning because they don't have lots of money. So God bless them. The most honorable people in the universe.
A fighter jet yesterday with 2 pilots inside. The first was rescued, but tonight the second remains missing, and U.S. planes are flying into enemy territory to find them. Joining us now to break this all down for us is Seattle University political science professor Patrick Shetmer. Patrick, thank you so much for being here today. A fighter jet down with a pilot missing in enemy territory. Can you help us understand just how serious an escalation this is?
Well, this will certainly have a pretty strong impact on American political opinion on the intervention.
It's a big bookshelf he's got. A lot of people love the bookshelf shot. I love that.
There have been a number of casualties in this conflict already, but prisoners of war hit a little bit different with the public. particularly if they're going to be captured by the Iranian government. The Iranian government does have a little bit of a history of using prisoners or people they've captured in nearby areas or in Iran itself for political and propaganda purposes. So if they are able to find the American pilot alive, that's probably a use that they will put him to.
And how would Iran likely use the capture of a U.S. service member as leverage? Have we seen this kind of thing happen before?
We've seen it a number of times. The classic example is, of course, the 1979 hostage crisis, where embassy officials were taken hostage by Iranian revolutionaries and held for an extended period. There was a rescue attempt during the Carter administration, but that went disastrously.
I don't remember that.
Ultimately played a big
I don't know if I was alive.
in Carter's ultimate defeat. We've seen other people captured and used as leverage as well. And we would likely see this play out in a similar sort of way. There would be a public display and an effort to humiliate the United States by showing that even though the U.S. has a powerful military, Iranians can still hurt Americans.
Now, Patrick, I want to go back to this deadline that President Trump gave Iran. Is Iran in a position to keep the Strait closed, or does this become economically unsustainable for them as well?
No, they're in a position to keep it closed indefinitely. Iran has still been shipping their oil through the.
I guess they're not, from what it looks like, I guess they're not going to open it. That is going to be crazy. So that's something to watch, guys, if you're following the political game. I imagine if you're watching this video, you are interested in politics a little bit. That is kind of scary. It's going to be interesting to see. Boy, Iran is not a place I'd want to be right now.
Strait. Americans could interdict the Iranian ships, but so far we have chosen not to, primarily to avoid antagonizing allies and to prevent the oil prices from further escalating. We have seen some hits on Iranian oil infrastructure, particularly from Israel, but every time oil is hit, that sends prices higher. And so they themselves are not necessarily feeling the impact. They're actually seeing more oil revenues now than before the conflict began because of the rising oil prices.
And in his address to the nation this week, President Trump said, quote, "We've beaten and completely decimated Iran, and this will all be over in just 2 to 3 weeks." In your view, Patrick, what's the reality tonight?
So I think the 2 to 3 week window is a window that President Trump often uses. He's used that particular phrasing since the first administration. And what I understand that to mean is that he would like things to be concluded quickly. But when he says 2 to 3 weeks, he's usually saying, I don't know actually when it's going to end. So I think that he's going to continue to try to ratchet up the pressure, but I don't think we can actually look at that 2 to 3 week deadline as. But
didn't they say 48 hours?
As we are talking about trying to get this wrapped up, do you see any diplomatic path here, or are the U.S. and Iran past the point of talking it out?
I would think they're past.
There's always a diplomatic path forward.
True.
But I think that
you always got to
hope forward at this point would require Americans to eat a little crow, and I don't think President Trump is ready to do that right now.
Yikes.
We're in right now an asymmetric conflict. America has a decisive military advantage here.
Yes.
But the gambit that Iranians are making is that they can make it hurt on the American people enough, particularly by impacting the economic consequences of the conflict, to make it so that the
I mean, look at it already. Trump's in hot water right now with the American public. People do not like this war, and it's already galvanizing a lot of his detractors to bring in more people because people don't want to be in a war. But I think a lot of people too don't understand what's at stake. We do not want Iran with any kind of weapons, sadly, because if anything else, we've punished them so much that if they were to get any weapons or a nuke possibly ever, which they say seems unlikely, I think the regime, right? Because it's not Iran. The people of Iran are normal people, normal common sense people, I believe. That's why they celebrated the Ayatollah being killed initially. But then the cabal that's in play, the elite cabal or regime that does not represent the people of Iran. Geez, I got something in my eye. They put in another leader, which we again took out. And now somehow that regime is there's still a regime that is not of the people. So just a terrible situation.
American people will force Trump to back down before Iran
Right.
will be forced to back down themselves.
Right. Well, guys, that is all for today. I got 3 videos up tonight. Go check them all out. And like and subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. Thank you for coming out. Drop your thoughts inside the comments. Well, my eye is still killing me. And let's see, I'll play you a little song before we go. Remember Chopsticks? Love you guys. Peace. I'll catch you in the next one, Manyansky.